Okay, Monday Night Raw. Raw, Raw, Raw. What more do I really need to say about this show? I guess the build to the Elimination Chamber finally begins. So, what do we have tonight when it comes to this show, and what's going to be on this pay-per-view that's coming up? I should say next week or two or something. We did kick it off, of course. They did have a memorial graphic for Butch Reed, but we did kick it off with Adam Pearce, who brought in Shane McMahon. I'm sure some would like to see Raw Underground back, but they kind of ruined that, and there's some people to blame for why Raw Underground failed. I did like it, but some would say idiots like Medusa and Lance Storm wanted to go and bitch about it, and some would say that would kill Raw Underground and whatnot. But Shane McMahon was here for a different reason. As you know, it is the road to WrestleMania, and that Drew McIntyre will be defending the WWE Championship in the Elimination Chamber. And basically, all five of the challengers that will be in there are former WWE champions. And as Adam Pearce read them off, they are Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, The Miz, and Sheamus that are going to be in the match. Shane says he's doing an amazing job. And as he left the ring, AJ Styles came out, basically looking at Shane and, Osmos there, who is Shane McMahon's former bodyguard, because he was in the Raw Underground as Shane McMahon's bodyguard, but now he's AJ's bodyguard. But AJ basically said, told Adam Pearce, you're doing an amazing job, and now I'm going to be the WWE champion again. And I'm going to give you a snippet tonight of what's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. Okay, let me say something about this. Listen, I know a lot of these guys are former champions and whatnot, but, okay, here's my problem in this. You have Miz, and I got to even say Jeff Hardy, too, who consistently almost lose every week on the show. Miz, we already know he's basically a joke. Yes, he has the Money in the Bank briefcase and can still cash in, so why is he even in this match? But at the same time, he loses almost every match. And why is he even in viable contendership for the WWE title when he's all basically fighting Bad Bunny on Raw right now, which we'll probably have a match with that by WrestleMania. I'll get into that sooner or later. Jeff Hardy, which I feel like who just loses every week and hasn't really won a match. Most of the time, we've seen him as either A, almost getting killed by Bobby Lashley almost every week at one point, or he's facing Elias and Gunner, which he kind of wins and loses to them. And I like Jeff Hardy, but come on, the guy just loses almost every match every week and probably will get the win back the next week. But where's it really going with Jeff Hardy? Like, think about that. So I don't even know why they're even in contendership in this match for. Like I said, I get they're former WWE champions, but what have they really done lately? Orton, you could say, okay? Same with AJ Styles. Same with Sheamus, since he's facing, Drew right now in a feud with him. But still, I look at Miz and I look at Jeff Hardy as why are they in this match? Um, so it's questionable when you think about it. And what's crazy about this is that they do Jeff Hardy and AJ. It feels like I'm watching TNA right now. And it wasn't a bad match or anything, but, they kind of pay focus on to Jeff's knee injury, which AJ got the calf killer for the win. But once again, like I said, Jeff Hardy kind of loses a multiple too many times. This is kind of counts as another loss. So why is he in the Elimination Chamber when you think about it? So that already tells you that he's not going to win. Next, Keith Lee, who was finally back. We haven't seen him in a while. Was talking to Matt Riddle. Basically, they're having a match tonight. Riddle has a black eye. Keith Lee said, what if I was going for the U.S. title? But he said, made a better man win. Next, we did have, excuse me, what was it? Sheamus arguing with Adam Pearce, saying if he's not a draw or not. The New Day went against Retribution. Slapjack at T-Bar, which the only thing I really enjoyed out of this match was Mustafa Ali on commentary basically telling Slapjack and him to eat. Get your take. Take your take. I enjoyed him on commentary. He wasn't that bad. But once again, Retribution, they continue to lose. Even though, yes, they did get singles wins over Xavier Woods, which I thought it was kind of weird when Woods kept saying, I want Reckoning next. I want to face Reckoning. So, what, intergender match? We know Mia Yim is not on TV right now since she has COVID, but does anybody really want to see that? Like, come on. Does anybody really want to see an intergender match between Xavier Woods and Mia Yim? Like, think about that. Seriously, think about that for a second. Since he wants to face the next member of Retribution, since he's been in a match with all of them, why not face Reckoning next? But yeah, New Day win and it doesn't really help Retribution. And of course, Mustafa Ali is getting pissed off and he's mad like he was on commentary and whatnot. But come on, this is kind of a one-sided feud when you think about it. It really is because they came and beat the New Day. So don't really know where that's gonna go. Of course, they congratulate the Super Bowl winners, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which, of course, the former 24/7 champion, Gronk, which I feel like he is going to be back for WrestleMania. I don't know why. Probably bring Tom Brady with him, which I will say one thing about the Super Bowl, which I did watch, but one important aspect to take from this is that this is basically what WrestleMania is going to look like this year at Raymond James Stadium, since I think they only let about 25,000 people. I think 7,500 of those were healthcare workers. I don't know if those people were vaccinated or not, but they were able to fit that many people in, like I said, in the building at 1/3 capacity, and I think a lot of them were cardboard cutouts last night. So I believe this is a preview of it. Hopefully nobody didn't catch the virus while they were there, but we'll see what happens when WrestleMania comes around. But I feel like that was the preview for it tonight. Ric Flair was in the ring with Lacey Evans as Ric Flair cut a promo talking about, people want to know why he's back and everything. He doesn't take any orders from any woman. And, check out my history. He's not wrong about that. But he will not take orders from his own daughter. It basically talked about, his daughter didn't need him, but, he needed a little of himself and whatnot. As Ric Flair, went to say that Lacey Evans was a star. They just need a little motivation and wisdom. And, his relationship where it's just casual, okay? And that she will be the next Raw Women's Champion. And basically, he is no fool and whatnot. He's not going to be pushed around and everything. So Flair said, he's back for a reason. So I was expecting him to take off his jacket and start elbowing the jacket and bleeding, but obviously we're not going to get that. Lacey Evans said that Charlotte is ungrateful and everything and that she is a fool and whatnot, but Charlotte came out basically say, really wanted to learn, you need to take your ass back to the Performance Center and whatnot, because I worked my ass off to get here, and I've tried to protect this legacy and whatnot for the past, 7 years, as she said. As you're surrounded by yes people that try to manage everything. I'm here to put you in your place and whatnot to protect you. But Lacey Evans say, how come you guys couldn't work together? She said she's a better, partner than Asuka and whatnot. But Charlotte went on to say, Asuka is my tag partner, and that you are just Charlotte 2.0 and whatnot. And Lacey said she's going to be the next women's champion. But, she said that officials say she will be next in line if she can beat Charlotte. So, yeah, this is a number one contenders match, apparently. But Charlotte said, okay, you want a match? Let's do it. Rick said no. Next, Lacey Evans took a cheap shot. And then we got the match that went on too long and it wasn't even really good. A lot of very awkward moments, like Charlotte running into the turnbuckle and kind of the shoulder thing looked kind of odd. I know they focused on Charlotte's bad arm and whatnot, but I felt like this match went too long. And then, it ends in a DQ finish then because Charlotte just no sells and then just beats the living hell out of Lacey Evans after just not even listening to the referee. Ric Flair got involved in. Charlotte basically, beat the hell out of her and just left. So, yes, Lacey Evans gets a title shot, folks, at Elimination Chamber against Asuka. We know she is not going to win, so I don't really need to be worried about that unless they're crazy enough to, but I do not see that happening. But, yeah, Charlotte, she beat the hell out of Lacey as Ric Flair helped her up then. So, yeah, folks, DQ, DQ, DQ. This match was not really good. Even though they did protect Charlotte in a way and, protected Lacey from losing, she still gets a title shot, though. But other than that, Edge came out, basically talked about what's going on. Which champion is he going to choose? Is he going to challenge Roman? Is he going to challenge Finn Balor? Drew? But Drew's got enough going on. He's got a lot on his plate, especially at the Elimination Chamber. So he's going to wait for the dust to settle and whatnot, since the Elimination Chamber is brutal, and he respects McIntyre. So he will make his decision then after that. But Miz came out then with Morrison and Angel Garza, which I had no idea why Garza was out there with him for, but Miz said, "Yo, Edge, you're the ultimate opportunist and everything." But I strategize and whatnot, and he has a grand plan to win the WWE title, and I could cash it in on you and leave as champion. And Edge said, "You know, I put my money in the, I'm the guy that put the money in the bank on the briefcase on the map, okay? And listen, I don't go around telling my plan on when it's gonna cash in, all right? Because you stay content of being awesome, all right? Because it looks like you have enough problems. I did that 20 years ago. You need to worry about the Chamber, Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. You have enough on your plate. And Edge basically said, you want to talk about being champion? I need to be champion. Notice the difference? Think about it. So basically, Edge eviscerated Miz on the microphone. As if Miz, who just loses all the time, Edge just rips Miz the shits on the microphone. Okay, Edge just ripped them in half. Which, especially the whole you contempt on being awesome. I did it 20 years ago. You ain't lying about that. So yeah, Miz basically looked like an idiot here. So yeah, Edge tore him apart, and then we got Damian Priest versus Angel Garza. Bad Bunny, who got pyro for some reason, which, obviously it's going to be a match at WrestleMania. Like I said, I've heard Bad Bunny training in the Performance Center and whatnot, so I believe it's really going to be a match with, him and Priest versus Miz and Morrison. I will give Bad Bunny credit. The guy is a legit wrestling fan, so obviously he's taking this shit real serious and whatnot, so we'll see what happens. But then again, I'm already hearing, like, what, Bow Wow wants to wrestle now, apparently. He keeps saying, I'm going to do it because Bad Bunny does it. And, of course, Bow Wow got clowned on the internet because, then again, everybody clowns Bow Wow on the internet when you think about it. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But Priest and Garza, match was okay. Of course, Miz and Morrison and Bad Bunny got involved. Priest ended up hitting the Reckoning for the win. So, yeah, that match is still going to happen at Mania. But, yeah, Miz and them still continue to look like idiots right here. And when Edge destroyed them on the microphone. Drew Dens had a promo then, basically talking about he's got a lot on his plate and everything, from the Chamber to Edge to, Orton tonight. And, basically they think he's like a wild animal that's backed into the corner. If you cross that line, he will rip you to shreds. But next, Bianca Belair, who's on Raw tonight, basically talking about it's been a wild week, but the honeymoon phase is over. And, she needs to see who she's going to pick as her challenger at WrestleMania for the title. As Asuka showed up saying that, yes, you won the Royal Rumble, but you are not ready for Asuka. But Bianca says, I will be ready, but you need to be ready for Lacey Evans, or she's not going to be ready, as they laughed and danced and walked away then. As, Bianca said, you may be seeing me a lot on Raw, as Asuka looked serious for a second. The best match on this show was Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, which was real good. I enjoyed it. I still think it's funny that both of these guys have Dragon Ball Z finishers, names as their finishers from the Final Flash to the Spirit Bomb. But Keith Lee, of course, won with the Spirit Bomb. On to Matt Riddle. Very good match. Very enjoyable, too. Then again, these guys have faced each other on the indies a lot, I believe, in the past. But next, Bobby Lashley comes out, beats the living dog shit out of both Matt Riddle and Keith Lee, throwing them all over the place. Hit him with the steel stakes, just beating the crap on him then, as MVP applauded him after that. Now it is a triple threat match at Elimination Chamber for the U.S. title. Some would say it could be Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. My friend says that. I don't know. I would love to see Lashley go against Drew for the WWE title in this state and phase right now, who looks like a beast and an ass-kicking monster on there. I like to see more of that. But I don't know if that would actually happen, no. But Lashley did look like a beast right there, beating the shit out of both of these guys. Hold on. But yeah, Lashley, he beat the shit out of Riddle and them. So that was great. I enjoyed that. Now we get back to the shitty parts of it. Nia Jackson, Lana in a tables match. Why in God's name do I want to see this? And it sucked. And the only thing I could take away from this was Nia Jackson doing like a leg drop onto the apron, and then she talked about her butt and hole, basically her butthole, which Must have really landed on that. I'm surprised I got away on TV. But yeah, she did a leg drop and basically said, my butthole. Probably could fit a lot in there. I'm sure there's a joke that comes with that. Um, wait, come on, man. Don't know how much of her ass is fat or of its ass and whatnot, but I'm sure there's a joke of someone say you could stick something in her ass or butthole or whatever. But I'm sure there's a joke that comes with to it. But I'm sure people would agree with, if they wanted to put something up there in that. But yeah, folks, butthole. Corn Julio. It's like a Beavis and Butthead joke when you think about it. But others shoving stuff up people's buttholes. Yeah, Lana pushed her into the table and beat Nia Jax. I don't really care. Naomi celebrated with her. Naomi did a kick in onto Shayna Baszler, which looked kind of bad. And then Naomi went against Shayna Baszler. Naomi won with a cradle, which once again, Shayna Baszler looks like an idiot to continue to lose to people almost every other week. I don't really care for this. This was bad. I just don't care about the women's tag belts in general. And it didn't look good. And these two are supposed to be a monster tag team, as commentary said. But yeah, they look like idiots losing these singles matches here. Tables matched in a random match. So yeah, got people land on a butthole apparently. And then in the match, which I feel like I've seen too many times now at this point, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Actually was okay, but Sheamus came out watching, which of course this ends in a DQ finish. Which Drew, he got the future shot DDT onto Randy Orton. He started to pick up Orton. Sheamus came in and he kicked Randy Orton, bro kicking him, and then Drew did a Claymore kick onto Sheamus, and then that was the end of the show. I will say this: I'm glad at least I didn't need to see Bliss or Wyatt involved in some type of crazy blood stuff like last week, and we just only got Sheamus and Drew going on. But yeah, this is the build to the Elimination Chamber, folks. This is the build to the Elimination Chamber. What can I say about this show? It was bad. What do you want me to say? It sucked. Mostly the third hour sucked. Yeah, it was mostly the third hour that did suck. It was like it was going kind of good halfway through, but yeah, when you get to that third hour, it looked like shit. The shit with the women, it looked horrible. Okay? No, that was the Edge promo in the third hour. No, I don't think it was. I think Keith Lee and Matt Riddle, that was like the only good thing in the third hour. Orton and Drew, you could take whatever you want from that. I'm sure some people are bored by it or they've seen it too many times, but I don't know. But yeah, we got Drew standing tall at the end, but hey, that's the Elimination Chamber, folks. I don't really know where this is going to go into next. But yeah, the build to Elimination Chamber has begun, or however it goes into WrestleMania. But what can I really say about this show? Not really good. Shane McMahon, I was at least expecting Shane McMahon to do something big later on, but all he did was talk to Drew and everything. So we only kind of kept it, short with Shane McMahon tonight. So not much I could really say from him being on the show. But yeah, other than that, that's my Monday Night Raw review. Yeah, this show was not good. Okay, it wasn't good. It was not really good. But other than that, we will be back tomorrow night for an Impact Wrestling review and whatever is going on this week in wrestling and whatnot. Okay. Other than that, I am done. I am out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I'm done with this review.